Land is a precious resource. With urbanization, availability of land is fast dwindling. Land prices in urban areas are skyrocketing. Today, land is one reason for almost all the disputes, even among family members. In urban areas like Thimphu, it's an individual's wish to own a plot. But for many, it remains a wish. It is often said one has to be influential to fulfill that wish, or one has to be originally from Thimphu. Demand for land in Thimphu is on rise. The more one possesses, the more you want. The result, several land misappropriation cases. At one point in time, state land misappropriation in Thimphu was found to be rampant.
bom도 bom고 오게 저 아체 슈춤도 저 춤지 아니면 저 오바다가 싸기 싸고니게 되어버딜라 마충구디게 bom배면 봐라 야 bom디게 bom시고니라 텔레티오디고 때 마휘고래 때 뒤치기 좀 없으면 차스스 비고 했대 디스장아 개치가 휘범딜라 되게 봐면 어디 싸기 동안 니 년도다 쳤다다 싸기 되어버기 교바디 아니 좀 지라 다른 나한테 ዝ무디 애플 dumbr에 지루 terminas보다 애같이 최단이 있어다데 아우등가 조자 주의서다데 미나스 bombe zu베다 무슬 때다나 진가데 따면 거데 맞아 팀그 농기타와 전데다 bom디술 때 약간 좀 장아베데 누메다데라 대한테 아니 사이고 우리 비틱 좀 무슨 베이스면 아니라 부터티 차시스티 미나스기 에카리민
A special committee was formed to look into the misappropriation cases in 2001. The report of the committee was submitted to the government in 2003, but it was never made public. It remained with the Ministry of Home and Cultural Affairs. However, after the Department of Land and Survey came under the Ministry of Agriculture in 2003, the then Agriculture Minister started acting against the names reflected in the committee's report. Land record officials were held responsible for multiple lapses by the high-level committee. The then Land Record Director Hubbard Duba was blamed for almost all the misappropriations.
Committee 고픈 봄쇼랑 가면 오토맹아메 생각 콘슈이라 기둘련 보이세 동봉아 해마라 때 찔린 최교다 제가 니 사람 니기 고픈데 코베 콧콜 공고슈이슈 교육가다 tik치 베이라 텔레코 샤실레 때 도지치리 로에 코데 슈데고 좀 베다라 때 콜루 슈이슈 교육가다 tik더라비 주 남에서 메진베 마디 텔레티기 틴레 tamji jagar daila kidulim bobet kükabü lane brabi tele tamji jagar gi şule te gesabnam yonchu te yagi kidulim bochun işte koda çekabode te ile kora ikaja noni yürü no demeni gaçigi ya şunu yürü şu bedara te lati kara te ani tinşaptara bi te tagu te tinda taguila te tagu ikable te nebe nga yue mari 때 telengaya kamitina suita jiuti chumjibe jadan ngaya lokton까지 jona te ngaya ta saladola beti puju soigo is te time ta yanda bere bego so chu te satang go binga chigi dummache ni talya lyosa yuslapsinga ma jongosa bitanga jar kara ma jon besna te bazagul opubbe ta tiji chipsi beda planime se shuinga lujusla khadubala.
The former Land Record Director said he was sandwiched between those with influence and the laws. He admitted to have infringed the rules and regrets for failing to abide by the king's command.
Telengalwe sachati tamdap begubera te kanoila. Te kanomdalu ngagi analu dari khora tu den dingagi ka kana sonchu du atichi be masubese ngaragi joba yula tiboda bombe digi darin daba kedastel sarbe zumbe beniti tuni digi kani eme bala ni kabute ekar rimnimda te chamchimmedela bom kani emi ani goye te taba chitangiti kyukale te ye beise te magi shumishi telejiya tachi dobana kewoyo bala 아니 도바나기 깨워디 아기 딩디치비 베마수바 다링아 줘바디 코딘 코카티치라 순루레 나다 두비지 이바페 이미생게디 코라투디 부정가라 정가시 있습니다 아나디 그 딩디치베 됐다 지땅디까지 베미수바데라 점심 미나보레 베수베데 병카우레 베수베데 같이 디무슬라 다나우디 점심 마치리 대안이 배마수바 대갈까 조금 주시지 슈랭아 안갈까 조금 주도 아니면 생각해봐 로리 준바디 롱게 렌티 나 그까 가능 숨지줍지 때 배마수바 세미디 아주 봐요 대 록사지 대가기 짜디기베 대유노 튼 응아리 톱통수에 렌베다고 과시 찌기 잡도 마차 짜니 트라이 베일라 아니고 지슈니베 다나 가가능 숨지줍지 배마수 뱀마스 아들이 bom비디 메법처럼 된다 네 아니레테 야세비 세미디 자니베 사시대가 벽고 사시기 떠다 정마스 후게 됐다 그대가 어디 정마스 담면도 거기까지 기대 나 점치베 되는데 비우다 아니지네.
However, Labaduba denied doing anything for his personal gains.
아님치는 오게 다 당부 장자 마베서 오춘 로노스하고 belada 장이도 소원이 뭐보다 대롱아집인 다 사지로하는 미투 깨고 뭐보들라 당부 장자 마범이 다 아니들라 다 라티라디 로로스게 인터게 라티테 기용 폼이 되네 다 당부 장자 묘마 부서 오춘 다 로노스치라 사티기베 대로기 자로 배북치고 뭐보다 롱아집인 알 온시지 유말에 누티기베 дөбаги масимба 사로리 미투 쭉쭉쭉 고발라 때티순 때나니지는 가 까미티나로 쉬 나 사탐노 로안데피아시 나 부산데치 앞서니 아니 지기 미투루 나 온디 존컴 레인 온디 존컴 멤버 존컴 캐치나라 롱어 아님지기 농켈루 니 알수기 미투르에 살이 쭉쭉 민두가 스피티노다세 나리 존컴 마치 존컴 진가 텔레 팀 멤버 기베 다마 뉴칸나파에 독들이 조조 메피나 대십지 안데베 디노 세티게데 마슈일라 데티 공기 스피티마도 대진가를 레체버춘 때가 데다 예레 튼베 슈마 유노레 튼베 대곰슈이고레 나루 독티치 카네미둘라 유르미루 가리 렌쿠서치 데 인스톨멘나 톱 대아니기 땡아기 하나 동이라 땡아지 알듯 아니면 소리지라 나티고 아웅아 아니베 배워춘 담아준게 알까치 공피슈 땡아 팀나 팀무세 다세 디독 멤버 베스나 나리 구토티기라 담 딜링아 아니 다리 아니면 조자다 봐춘 알티니 아니베 피무세 녹서 또 마시벨라 녹서 또 다봐 주딩하던 매병거 미시베텔라 미키도 보다 가대베니 마봐 디보다 아니 니 구투티기 라노서 또 마투벨라 노서 또 마춘디디 나타테 테 가레로 이키도 메모라 다 테카도 마페르 테 베코 기티 로리 독터티 존이모.
People were alarmed when private newspaper The Bhutanese broke the story of Chow Gen's land case. He was alleged for grabbing some 10 acres of government land, but that was only a tip of the iceberg. Staggering 45 such cases were pointed out by the special committee. The report pointed out several names and said these individuals owned more than what they actually had. Some were said to have misappropriated in decimals, while some figures runs as high as 50 acres. The report named several individuals, accusing them for misappropriation of government land. One of the immediate actions following the report was the dismantling of illegal herds on the government land. These were demolished within no time. While, on the other hand, individuals who misappropriated government land had the option to retain the land by replacing from elsewhere. Some misappropriated land which was taken back as government land were deleted from the names of the individuals. But it is suspected that a few still continues to claim the misappropriated land. As per the Penal Code and the Land Act of Bhutan, misappropriation of government property is a crime punishable with value-based sentence. Legal experts say in the absence of ACC and OAG, the government should have acted on the report. According to them, the accused could have been taken to the court for prosecution based on the report. Instead, for the Ministry of Agriculture, as long as the land was replaced, surrendered or compensated, the matter was considered resolved. The high-level committee also revealed an active collusion between individuals and institutions, without which illegal transactions and transfers would not have been possible. The report points out as much as some 29 judges and court officials have approved the illegal transactions, and they also transferred Samdro in their own names.
High-level committee's mandate was to check the irregular entries of land into the thumb. They have done their job within the time frame given to them, completed the mandate, and it was submitted. But they didn't have the mandate and the responsibility and authority to initiate action against the civil servants. So it was not up to the committee. Committee's job was to do the fact-finding and submit a report to the government.
Who was supposed to do that then?
Well, at the civil service at that point of time,
RCSC.
RCSC at that point of time, whoever was there.
But RCSC, do you think RCSC knew about it?
Well, I do not know where the report. Definitely, the report was submitted to the Ministry of Home. After that, I do not know what happened to that.
The report also held liable the then Thimphu Zonda and chairperson of the Land Acquisition Committee for not enforcing law and giving proper directives. The report accused the former Zonda Tashuka Madoji of abusing his position and authority only to serve his own needs. Zonda Tashuka Madoji claimed himself as the victim of circumstance. He said he was looking after the affair of Mongar Dzongkhag at the same time. If only the report of the high level is made public, Zonda said he would be able to comment more on this issue. But he also made it clear that he doesn't want to repeat the history all over again. During the course of the investigation, the team uncovered 2 new plots created for Chaugen by tampering land record books. The report stated that the plot at Lubding was inserted as a new entry for Chaugen into the old Chajatham of 1967 by tampering the land registration documents during the tenure of Labaduba as the director of the land record between 1987 and 1988. Chaugen was then asked to validate how he owned those 2 plots. But Chaugen neither had royal kasho nor any other documents to say he is the legal owner of the 2 plots. The government then ordered him to replace the plot at Lubding with land from elsewhere since the plot was subdivided and transacted.
The Chaugi ke diralan ngagi tare sasap jensu zume tuni khasi shawachen zuma ngalo yedo zum chi ist. Na au chachabe mi nga iku titik we nga ya satam isono sundigi kungi chaja chamgulu nga titu mest. That na gabi isono dimiri tappena ngagi bebe mi yetigur diglu chajakte beru yagi chaja chamdi ni lava memas. Te nga di khasi shawachen te zuma ngalo yedo zum chigi nemi khutu matumi di me.
Although no evidence was found that he tampered the record, it was pointed out that Lakpa Duba's wife bought 2 acres from Chaugen during the same period. In the second case, the high-level committee found Chow Ugen actually had 2 decimals, which was written as 0.02 acres of kitchen garden at Omkha. In the charger thumb of 1984, it was found that the record of 0.02 acres was tampered by the head of land record Sonam Nobu. He inserted 3 in place of 0 and made it 3.02 acres. The committee recommended that Sonam Nobu be held liable for the lapses. According to the Penal Code of Bhutan, tampering public documents is a crime of 4th-degree felony. Sonam Nobu could not be contacted for comments. However, Thabaduba suspects the whole allegation as a conspiracy.
Summa yagi ani ngachige cham kidep chebo jogi cham karashan beda du semidi ani mindu se lujush nga kui nga go be tinga tatele ngachige chaja chamdi membela de cham ani ngachi sab ma zo to da ni bya du gu ba jong khali jungi chaja chamdi ma zonda gi chamdi imbela kabarti ka shokochi bya beshnala de ani jungi chaja chamse chabya.
The former land record director Sithar Namgil, who succeeded Lakpa, said all the terms are safe and secured. They are not misplaced. Chow Ugen challenged the report of the high-level committee by taking the government to the court when his 3-acre land at Omkha was taken back as government land. He argued that the land belonged to his ancestors. He also said the government should either prove him guilty of tampering the records or find out the person who actually tampered the documents.
If you knew who did it, that person should have been prosecuted. Yes. But these documents are not in Chow Ugen's hand. Yes. It is in the hand of the government machineries, and Department of Survey and Land Record was the custodian of that. Therefore, the officials involved in looking after this, the head of department, the secretary and the minister, everybody has a responsibility, and a moral responsibility has to be held by everybody.
Having lost his case in the district court, Chow Ugen appealed to the High Court. Even the High Court ordered him to follow the committee's report. If only Chow Ugen was tried for criminal offence, the tampering and misappropriation of state land, the whole issue of record tampering perhaps could have been confirmed. But the High Court said since the case was a civil in nature, criminal charges couldn't be brought against him. The court appeared handicapped despite the plea of the Office of the Attorney General to try him for criminal offence. However, experts say if OAG really wanted, they could have prosecuted Chow Ugen in a separate case for criminal offences.
The buyers and the recipient of this land, together they said they are prepared to replace this land. Yes. So we said as long as the government gets the equivalent of that 7 acres of land, we are not bothered about who provides this land. Yes. Whether he buys it, you give it, or whatever it is. So based on this understanding, the people have replaced this land from Wangdi. We have taken over the land, and we have deleted the thumb of those previous landowners and taken this as a government land, and we have completed all the process. And as far as we are concerned, this chapter is closed.
The chapter may be closed for now, but the issue is far from resolved. At the moment, Chow Ugen has been accused for grabbing government land, and Sonam Nobu has been accused for tampering official records. Is it fair for Chow Ugen and Sonam Nobu if the charges were false? And shouldn't they be punished if they are guilty?
Thank you.